Hey guys, Yu-Gi-Oh! MG here, giving you a deck profile of Frog Monarchs with a bit of a twist. Yeah, it's not just Frogs and Monarchs, there's other stuff going on, so I wanted to explain and see how you like it. So let's just jump into it. This thing does real well against meta decks and non-meta decks. Most of the time, depending on what the deck is. Light Sworns, it kicks ass. So these guys, Swap Frogs, run 3 of them. They're amazing. They're the heart and soul of the deck. These things are incredible. You can special summon them by dumping like a frog, including itself. If you have 2 in your hand, you can dump one and special summon the other one. And its effect is if you summon it to the field and face up, you can take a frog from your deck and throw it in the graveyard. And you can special summon him multiple times in a turn. So it works out really great. As long as you have enough frogs to dump him in the grave for. He could bring a monster from the field back to your hand, including himself. You can reuse him every turn if you want. He's just an amazing freaking little guy. He's the best card in the deck. Next we have Dupe Frog. 3 of those guys. I run 3 because we need as many frogs as you can get. And this thing is just amazing. He searches out Swap Frog, so what more do you need? Plus he's a 2k defense. So if they attack into him, 9 times out of 10 they'll take damage and probably destroy him next turn, and then he can get his effect. Only problem is he's a when and can effect, so that's just silly, because sometimes you can miss timing and stuff. Something simple, an example, is if they chain anything to his destruction, like a face down anything, he misses timing, because the last thing that needs to resolve, or the last thing that needs to happen, is him bringing the card to your hand. So, which means you can't tribute him, because the last thing that happens in a tribute is you summoning the monster, and that'll miss timing as well. So, but other than that, 99% of the time you get swap out, or whatever frog you want. So he's just great. Next, we got Treeborn Frog, 3 of those as well. Yeah, I know I run a lot of frogs, but he's amazing. He's great for Xyz plays because we've got some rank 1s in here. He special summons himself from the graveyard over standby phase. He's incredible. Get out of here. And the last frog in the deck, or the toad, if you will, Ronin Toadin. He's awesome. You banish a frog from the grave, any frog, and he special summons out from the grave. So he's your other special summon fodder. Most decks run 2, or run 1. But I run 2 because of the twist I put in this deck. You need the extra tribute fodder. Okay, so onto the Monarchs. Standard, we run 3 Caius because he's the best Monarch. At worst, he's burdened for 1,000 damage. At best, he can banish something really annoying on your opponent's side of the field. And he's a 2400 beater. He's awesome. Rank 6 Xyz plays. Yeah, he's just great for that. 1 Ryza, good for giving your opponent those dead draws. Target something, put it on top of their deck, and he gets rid of Xyz monsters and synchros if that's what's bugging you. So 1 Ryza, that's all you need. 1 Mobius for getting rid of back row. He can get rid of 2 back row at a time, so he's okay. We don't run MST in this deck, so this is definitely a go-to. Plus he's tribute fodder for Swap Frog if nothing else, because he's a water, as you can see. So yeah, that works too. You can special summon Swap by discarding him. Same with this guy. We got Mobius the Mega Monarch. If you can see that ghost rare thing. I don't really like the ghost rare. It's kind of weird. But yeah, Mobius the Mega Monarch, he's one of our bigger beasts. Requires 2 tributes, or you can tribute summon him by tributing a tribute summoned monster, so like another Monarch or something. But if you tribute him with a water monster, or if you summon him with a water monster, then you can destroy 3 of your opponent's back row, and they can't activate those 3 back row in response. So that's pretty awesome. So he's great. 2800 beater as well. Run 2 Light and Darkness Dragon, 1's Super, 1's Ultra. He's just amazing. Your opponent will just completely destroy all the resources trying to get rid of this thing, unless they have a monster that can attack over him. But most of the time, who's got 2800 attack? Not many monsters that you can summon right off the bat. So he's a great card. Very easy to get out in this deck too. We run one Dark Dust Spirit. He's basically a dark hole. Kills everything in attack mode. Comes back to your hand. So basically, you know, Treeborn, summon this guy, blow everything up, attack for 22, bring it back to your hand, rinse and repeat next turn. Awesome. On to the hand traps. Let's see here. We run one Tragodia and one Gores. Both staples to the deck. I like Gores a little better because he's a double tribute fodder for the bigger monsters. But Trag's awesome. He can prevent further damage. 600 attack per card in your hand, so that's always nice. You know, he's decent. Both of them are good. I just like Gores better. Sometimes Trag is good. He's a level 10, which comes in handy later. I will explain why in a second. And of course, 3 Battle Fader, because Battle Fader is awesome. Ends the battle phase, and he's tribute fodder for the next turn. Or you can exceed with him, or whatever. And 3 Swift Scarecrow. Sometimes he's even better than Battle Fader, because sometimes you're worried about getting warninged or anything like that. So, yeah. Swift Scarecrow ends the battle phase, dump him in the graveyard. And the twist we put on the deck. We run 1 Obelisk and 1 Slifer the Sky Dragon. I know, right? Slifer the Sky Dragon in a Frog Monarch deck? Who would have thunkin'? I just love him. He has won me so many games, this guy. He's so annoying for my opponent because they can't summon anything smaller than 2,000. In attack mode, anyway. And, yeah. And I'll show you an awesome combo with him in just a second. An Obelisk is Obelisk. He can't be targeted. He's 4,000 beat stick. He's amazing. Slifer gets 1,000 points for every card in your hand, but he's still incredible. Because usually you'll have at least 2 cards in your hand, and that's all you need when you have these cards on the field. Mound of the Bound Creator. So the objective is, you basically tribute the 3 frogs, summon out the God card, have this thing on the field, and it's game over. They can't do anything. No matter what. Any monster that you destroy with a God card, or a level 10 monster, including Tragodia, that's that other cool thing, they take 1,000 burn damage, whether the monster's in a defense mode or attack mode, 1,000 extra damage right off the bat. So you can just chip away at their life points if all they're doing is setting monsters when you have Slifer on the field. So, I mean, it's pretty amazing the combo you can do with this thing. Level 10 monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. How awesome is that? So, including Tragodia. So if you have 5 cards in your hand and you have a Tragodia on your hand, which is easy to get out, then great. Terraforming, run 1 of those to get the field cards out quicker. If you have 1 in your hand, then you can just Terraforming and get another one, just in case. 3 enemy controller, because it's broken as all hell, especially combined with Treeborn Frog. You know, standby phase, Treeborn summon, just chain this, tribute Treeborn, grab their monster. This goes in the grave, Treeborn comes back. It's amazing. So, yeah. And then do whatever the hell you want with that monster. It's basically a Chains of Heart for free. It's amazing. Creature swap 2 of those. If they only have 1 monster on the field, it can be totally broken. Amazing play with Dupe Frog. Attack into your attack position Dupe Frog. He only has 100 attacks, so it's pretty easy to get over that thing. And then you get his effect, so you bring a swap to your hand. Swap Frog to your hand, you know. So, creature swap. Awesome card. And last spell in the deck, 2 Soul Exchange. So that's 40 cards in total. Soul Exchange, self-explanatory, tribute their monster for yours. There's a lot of tributable monsters in this deck, so it works out really well. On to the extra deck. I am missing 1, but fear not, I will have it in the near future. So normally I would start it with what is it, Constellar Ptolemy M7, because I want him so bad, but I haven't got him yet. He's $30, and I don't want to spend $30 on him. So I have 14 in this extra deck at the moment, and it's pretty solid. So 1 Gauntlet Launcher. He's amazing. You can use his effect more than once per turn. Detach a material, destroy a monster on their side of the field. Pretty awesome. So if you have 2 materials, there's 2 monsters of theirs gone. Awesome card. Photon Strike Bouncer, 2,700 beater. Monster effect activates, they take 1,000 damage, you negate the effect. Great card too. Those are the level 6s, or the rank 6s. There's the rank 4. We have 1 Downer Magician. She's awesome. We have a whole bunch of rank 2s and 1s in this extra deck. And you can overlay her on your main phase 2 on any of those cards, and she gets extra attack points for every material, and she does piercing damage, and every time she is attacked or attacks herself, then you detach a material. So she's awesome. One Dark Mist to get over those painful monsters. You need 3 level 2s, but it's pretty easy to do in this deck. You can get him on almost every single duel. He's amazing. So he only does 100 damage unless you have a Gotcha on the field, which we do have in this deck. In which case he does 500 or 300 damage, depending on his materials. 1 Augusta Phoenix for attacking twice, dealing 3,000 damage. Herald of Pure Light for getting back those monsters that you have in the grave. This gets back your Light and Darkness. This gets back your God cards. Anything that was in the grave. Detach a material. Shuffle a card from your hand into your deck. Grab a card from the graveyard. Put it in your hand. Or a monster from the graveyard. Put it in your hand. Pretty awesome card. Armored Kappa. This is basically a Wabaku and a Threatening Roar all in one. Well, not a Threatening Roar, sorry. It's just a Wabaku. Only once per duel, but sometimes that's all you need. Saves your ass. It's a great card. Love it. And we run 3 Gotcha. This is the rank 2 you'll probably be going into the most. That's why I run 3, because I have gotten 3 out in single duel multiple times. Like, there's so many freaking frogs in this deck, so you can easily get him out. 2 level 2s, and he has 1800 defense, plus 200 defense and attack for every material attached to him, and that doesn't just include him, that's all your monsters. So you can power your monsters up, and if he gets destroyed, you can detach a material, and he's still alive. So, awesome card. And for the rank 1s, we have a Ghost Trick Dullahan, 2 of them, because they recycle each other. You kill one, put the other one back in your extra deck, because it says that when this card leaves the field or is destroyed by battle, you can bring a Ghost Trick card from your graveyard to your hand, which the extra deck also counts if you're using Xyz monsters. So yeah, recycle Ghost Trick Dullahan, pretty awesome. Cuts your opponent's monster in half for attack strength, and pretty easy to attack over him because he's automatic 1200 attack. So anything under 2500 he can pretty much take out. And 2 Slacker Magician. Awesome wall. Once per turn she can't be destroyed by battle, and if she's targeted by anything, you detach a material and negate the targeting and the effect and destroy the card. So she's great. 2100 defense. Pretty decent. So that is the extra deck, minus the stupid Ptolemy 7 that I don't have. Now to the side deck. This is totally optional. You know, you don't have to follow me, but this is what I use. I use 1 Destiny Hero Plasma. Awesome card. Just, you know, negates your opponent's effects, steal a monster they have, and use it as an equipped card on this guy. It's great. He's a special summon, so if you tribute 3 monsters for this guy, he's special summoned. So you can normal summon your 3rd monster and then special summon him out in the same turn. So it's easier to get out than the God cards. So he's a really easy card to get out in this deck. The other 2 Ryza, in case you're running into decks that you know, you need to top deck a lot. Yeah, Ryza's really, really handy. Jinzo, 2 of them. In case you're running into burn decks that use a lot of trap cards, Jinzo pretty much says no to all of that. I've run into Exodia decks with this guy, popped him in, drew him on like the first 1 or 2 turns, and they couldn't do anything because their deck was full of trap cards. So, and this deck runs no trap cards, so it's just perfect. The 3rd Ronin, just in case. 1 Day of Peace, because this deck promotes slow gameplay. It can be quick, it can be slow, so whatever. There's a lot of stalling, so why not use this? You get an extra card and no damage next turn, so why not? I mean, your opponent gets an extra card too, but so what? Creature swap, we got the extra 1-sided in, a Dark Hole in case you're running into those big problems, and Dark Dust isn't doing it, because you can only destroy attack position monsters. 3 Upstart Goblins, only 1's ultra rare, because you need to get to those draws faster. You know, put this in with 1 Day of Peace, and you have a 36 card deck. It's great. And last, we have 3 Forbidden Chalices for getting over those really annoying effect monsters. They gain 400 attack, but their effects are negated, so it's just an awesome card. Such an underrated card. I like this better than Forbidden Dress. In some situations, I like it better than Chalice, or than Lance. It's just so underrated. Not enough people use this thing. It's a frickin' breakthrough skill. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do it? It's an automatic breakthrough skill. Great card. 3 in every side deck of any Frog Monarchs. Because seriously, field effects just wreck this deck. Okay, and that's it. So, yeah, that's our Frog Monarch deck. Like, comment, and please subscribe because I just started this channel. And there's a lot more stuff to come. So, cool. Take care and happy dueling.